Hello, everyone, and welcome to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. I am your host, Kevin Reed, and welcome to the review of Netflix's new comedy film starring Kevin Hart, 72 Hours. And the film tells the story of a 40-year-old man who joins a bachelor party weekend with strangers after being added to their group chat by accident. Starring alongside Kevin Hart in this film, you have Marcello Hernández. I think he's on SNL. I know he looks familiar. I don't watch SNL that often anymore because it's not funny. But I think he's on there now. Mason Gooden, Teyana Taylor, who's popping up in everything lately. And this this film was a movie that initially I was like, hard pass. When I saw the previews for it, and then I said, it's, nah, I'll check it out. Maybe Kevin Hart can pull a nice comedy out of his behind. Plus, I needed a laugh. Who doesn't need a laugh every now and then? A good comedy comes along every now and then that would just, I don't know. It's like a swift kick in the butt. You kind of need it every now and then. And sometimes we just need that good laugh. And I was in the mood for a good laugh. Unfortunately, I didn't get it watching 72 hours. I don't know what it is lately. I don't know what it is. Kevin Hart didn't kind of fell off for me. I started off as a big fan of his. I still do respect him. I respect his hustle, his hard work, and his comedy of the past. But the problem is his comedy of the past is still the same comedy. He's the same person as you will find in Soul Plane. You're gonna find in 72 Hours. It's nothing new. I did not laugh in this film. Now, to be honest, I did get 3 good laughs. Sadly, I could count them. That just goes to show you how unfunny this movie is. I can remember all 3 laughs in this film, and 2 of them weren't for the comedy moments. It was just, it was like one real joke that got over with me. Everything else, it didn't work. I don't know. I don't know what happened here. Now, well, I do know. I take that back. I do know. This film was directed by Tim Story. And my God, this was horrible. He adds to his illustrious resume of horrible movies. I cannot understand how this dude keeps working and keep getting these films like this. Maybe he cracked the formula. He just do the bare minimum of spewing out this mediocre stuff, and he keeps working because the man has not grown as a filmmaker. He legit peaked in his directorial debut with Barbershop, and that was his peak, and he came out swinging. That was a beautiful movie. I love that. Funny, heartfelt, great story, great cast. Everything worked in Barbershop. Perfect movie for when it came out. Now we fast forward to 2026 and the movies are just horrible. You go back to the Fantastic Four films with Jessica Alba. He butchered those. He butchered Shaft. He butchered the Tom and Jerry movie, that live action cartoon animated hybrid film that came out a couple of years ago. He's just not good. At least he doesn't appeal to me. And this is all my opinion, because while I was watching this movie, something kept talking in the back of my head for some strange reason. Like, there's an audience for this. Because I kept questioning, why was this movie made? What was the point of this film? And did they really think this joke was funny? And it was just stupid stuff like that. But as I was saying, that is not funny. Something in the back of my head was telling me somebody is watching this movie right now on the floor, dying laughing. And I had to take a step back. And I had to kind of flush out in my head all of my negativity. And so I got all my negativity out just at the first part of this review. You know, my problems with the movie was it wasn't funny. It's a bad, bad hangover knockoff, you know, of the hangover films. Just bad. I'm not lying. It's like they took every bad portion of all three hangover films, all the bad parts, and just stuck it all in this movie. And that was 72 hours. It's mind-boggling to me. I don't know how this movie got made, or why did they choose to make it. This movie has some cameos, some real nice cameos, but let me tell you how predictable this movie is. You ready for this? You're probably not going to believe me, and that's fine, because I can't really prove it, but you just got to take me on my word. This movie was so predictable. It started, and 5 minutes into the movie, I told myself, Cat Williams is going to be in this movie. I bet you any money Cat Williams pops up in this movie. And as sure as I'm black and my behind is pointed to the ground, he popped up in the movie, kind of putting a little stamp on the end of this Cat Williams Kevin Hart feud thing, you know, that started with the roast of a couple of months ago, and now it's really dead because they was in the movie, then they played off of their feud in real life and fought each other. I'm sitting there like, but this was so how did I know this? I'm not a prophet. So how did I call this shot? I should go get the lottery numbers tonight. I should just go pick out a ticket immediately after finishing up this episode and test my luck with that. I needed to work for that, not for this stupid movie. But anyways, the ending was predictable. The plot was, there was nothing about this movie that appeals. I'm sorry. There was a couple of moments of humor, and I mean a couple, and they were few and far between. The major offense in this film, there are running jokes throughout the movie, and they just don't know when to stop it. It was cringe when it first happened, and it got even cringier as the movie going. It's like they drug out the worst jokes just to beat it across your head. Like, this is supposed to be funny. See, this is supposed to be funny. Who wrote this? I don't get this movie. I really don't. I will say this. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but my God, it is running a tight race in the bottom five. 72 Hours, which is currently on Netflix, gets a letter grade of an F. I don't know what to say. I don't have anything positive about this movie. This is the most Netflix movie I've ever seen in my life. This was born to be on Netflix. It was nothing. It was nothing. Actually, and I mean no disrespect to Tubi, but I've seen better Tubi movies than 72 Hours. Honest to God. My mind, I just can't. Part of me can't believe Kevin Hart made a movie this bad. Now, like I said, I've had my problems with Kevin Hart movies in the past. They feel kind of repetitive, but at least there is a sense of effort to put into it to make it kind of funny. Not here, not for this, not with this. Far and away, Kevin Hart's worst movie. That is not even close. But that's one man's opinion. I would like to know yours. I want your honest opinion about 72 Hours that is on Netflix. Let me know on our website. You can subscribe to our website where we drop episodes all the time, and you will be notified of those episodes. It's KBRadioNetwork.com. You can also subscribe to the KB Radio Network channel on YouTube and like this video while you're there. Don't forget about the 5 stars, the reviews, and sharing this show. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you are currently listening to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. Everybody, thank you for joining me for this review of 72 2 hours. I want you all to know that I love you. Continue to love everyone. And until we speak again, you all be blessed.